Good morning. I'm coming on to talk about the Research Development Committee. I am Mary Beth Jorgensen. I have been on the committee since 2017, first as a committee member, and then I took over as chair in 2023, and I will actually be cycling off as chair at the end of this year. So I have a lot of experience and have been lucky to be a part of this committee. So our primary tasks as a part of this committee is really to work with the research and collaborative grants. Those grants are, managed by us. We develop ideas for maybe ways they can expand or change, and we submit that information to the e-board to get approval. So one example is that we've gotten more money to distribute through grant funding over the last year. And so the committee really works to kind of make sure we're progressing in that way. We also work to make sure that we update the language on the website so that the information about grants align with our application process, that we learn from every cycle what awardees or people submitting proposals might benefit from reading on the website. So we do that. And the biggest part of our role is that we evaluate the grant proposals that come in. And so we score those, we determine who gets the awards, and then after the grant cycle, which is a year, in my role as chair, I really work with awardees to make sure that they are disseminating the findings from their research that the grants supported. So the dissemination can occur at conferences, it can occur through journal publications. We've also started to do blurbs on social media, and that's been wonderful because that is really accessible. It's open access, so people that are maybe hesitant to apply for a research grant, they see how another researcher used the funding to support their own research, and then they're like, okay, I can envision this for myself. So we've really seen a trend of more proposals over the last 3 years in particular. So that's the main task of the Research Development Committee. We are working to do other things throughout the year, adding more tasks. So for example, this year we will be recording a webinar about how to develop a budget when you are submitting a grant. We're going to be recording like tips and things to think about when you're submitting a proposal. So that might include information like making sure your research questions are clearly stated, making sure your research questions align with your methodology, that you talk about your recruitment plan, that you think about the likelihood that that recruitment plan can occur, that there won't be barriers to recruiting participants, because that's a huge part of a research project, is to make sure that the recruitment plan can actually, it's actually feasible. So those are just a few examples that we will be adding as a committee, but I hope that this sounds like something that you would like to do, and I know that I've personally loved it. And it seems like many of the committee members get a lot of meaning from being able to contribute to others' research.